Good morning. I'm Steve Jurens with your live Northeast Radio SD News for Monday, April 20th, 2026. Your news this hour is brought to you by the Watertown Development Corporation, creator of Pheasant Ridge Calvin Trade Center and Mallard Point, setting the sights for growth of eastern South Dakota. Learn more at wdcsd.com. For the kids, SD rolled out its 6th annual snack attack on Friday, delivering more than 10,300 individually wrapped snacks to students across the Watertown School District. Volunteers from Lake Area Tech's Business School joined board members to distribute snacks to about 4,450 students at 12 schools. President Heather Pagel says hunger continues to affect academic performance and overall well-being, and classroom snacks help students stay focused and ready to learn. She also credited Farm Credit Services of America for years of support, including funding for this year's event. For the Kids, SD is a 501c3 organization helping pay for student meals in Cottington, Hamlin, and Clark counties. Families needing help or wanting to donate can reach out to the group on Facebook, by phone, or email. Encore Athletics returned from the Deep South Beach Nationals in Orange Beach, Alabama, with major hardware. The Divas took first place in their division and earned the event's level grand champion title. Encore's Lux team also delivered a strong performance, showing major growth on the national stage. Owner and head coach Renee Cummings said the results reflect months of discipline and hard work. Encore also thanked more than a dozen local sponsors who helped make the trip possible. Now in its 4th season, the program continues to grow and is preparing for the 2026-27 registration period. Cottington County leaders learned this week that the county and the city of Watertown sit atop 150 miles of underground pipelines. Commissioner Myron Johnson shared the update after attending a pipeline safety program focused on emergency preparedness. The board also discussed the rise of large-scale dairies in the region, including Manchester Dairy with 20,000 cows and Washington Dairy with 12,500 cows. Johnson says the operations are, quote, big business and have a major economic impact by driving demand for local crops. Commissioners also noted ongoing state discussions about a potential half-cent sales tax aimed at easing property tax burdens. Cottington County Commissioners also renewed 2 key service contracts Tuesday, Face It Together and Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars, both funded entirely through federal COSIP grant. The programs provide peer support and up to 40 sober living housing slots for residents in recovery. Community Service Director Sarah Faust emphasized that the county acts only as a pass-through with no local tax dollars used. The grant is in year 3 of a 3-year cycle and may extend into a 4th. Residents can find recovery resources at CottingtonConnects.com. Cottington County's HEART Group, which stands for Healing, Education, Awareness, Resilience, and Trauma, drew 125 attendees in its recent Adverse Childhood Experiences training sessions. Community Service Director Sarah Faust told commissioners the turnout shows strong community interest in trauma-informed education. The training focused on how early childhood trauma affects long-term health and behavior, and how families can build resilience. A new public awareness campaign is now underway through a professional marketing partnership, with more community events planned. Cottington County appraisers will return to lakefront neighborhoods this month as part of a multi-year property reevaluation effort. Director of Equalization Shauna Constant says teams will revisit properties inspected last year and finish those still outstanding to complete the lake area in 2026. Her office is also working to keep county-wide owner-occupied valuation increases under 3%. Staff is simultaneously processing sales splits, transfers, and plats, with the first half of sales due to the state by the end of May. Connington County's criminal cases are now moving twice as fast as before. State's Attorney Allison Bakken told commissioners that average case resolution times have dropped from 200 days to 90, thanks to a new circuit court policy and a partnership with Community Service Office. The collaboration shifts social work duties away from attorneys, reducing pretrial detention and court-appointed attorney costs. Bakken also noted an increase in underage citations and is organizing a meeting for a diversion program. Residents may see more jury notices this summer, and she is reminding the public to lock vehicles as thefts tend to rise in warmer months. A fast-moving grass fire near Northwest Lake Drive and Highway 28 was contained Saturday after burning towards several homes. The fire was reported just after 1:20 p.m., driven by strong northwest winds. Lake Norden Fire, Esteline Fire, and the Hamlin County Sheriff's Office worked together to stop the flames at the north edge of Lake Ponset. The cause was traced to a tractor baler. Several hay bales and a tractor were damaged, but no injuries or structural losses were reported. Fire crews from Millbank, Big Stone, and Revillo responded Saturday morning to a shed fire at Victory Farms in Grant County. A tractor caught fire inside a steel shed filled with straw and sawdust, creating intense heat and rapid spread. Crews shuttled water and later used excavators and payloaders to pull apart burning material. Firefighters were on scene for about 4 hours. No injuries were reported, and the cause is still under investigation. Watertown's early year sales tax numbers point to steady economic growth. Through February, the city collected $1.64 million in first penny revenue, up 4.9% from last year. January posted the strongest month so far, with more than $843,000 collected across all penny categories. The BBB tax, covering lodging, dining, and entertainment, saw 13.7% growth in January before a slight dip in February. Over the most recent 12-month period, first penny revenue rose 6.57%, reflecting continued consumer activity heading into spring. Your news this hour was brought to you by the Watertown Development Corporation, creator of Pheasant Ridge, Calvin Trade Center, and Mallard Point, setting the sights for growth of eastern South Dakota. Find out more information at wdcsd.com. Read more full in-depth stories online at northeastradiosd.com. Check out the daily news recap podcast and live interview uploads. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, delivered straight to your inbox every morning at 6 a.m. With today's local and state news from Northeast Radio SD Studios in Watertown, South Dakota, I'm Steve Jurin.